I'm like, wow, holy cow. This vent has seen better days. On this episode of Worst Roof Ever, Roof Over Edition, we're gonna go do a quick walkover of a roof here. I'm here to do a quick pipe boot repair of 2 pipe boots. But upon getting here, I did a walkover and found a handful of other things done wrong. So I'm gonna have to get back in touch with the owner, notify him what I found to maybe plan some future repairs. So quick story on this. This home is actually being sold in a real estate transaction. New buyer had a home inspection, went through the transaction, bought it and everything. It has a new roof, about 2 months old or so. It's winter time now, 2021, January. Hasn't even sealed down yet. It's a roof over. We're gonna do a quick walk around. Like I said, I'm here to do 2 pipe boots, found some other things, so it's gonna be addressed after you're watching the video. So watch the comments with that being said. I get comments all the time about, oh, Mr. Know-It-All, that's the worst roof ever. He can't even put the ladder guard kickouts. He's not stable. He's not harnessed up. Well, haven't you seen my invisible harness? It's my life, not yours. Anyway, let's get into the point of the video. Worst roof ever, roof over edition. If you are a homeowner looking at getting ready to do your roof and roofing over, you ever heard that old saying, yeah, home is only as good as foundation is built on? Well, your shingles are only held down as good as the wood under it. So if you're not gonna tear it off, at least make sure your wood is solid enough to hold it on. Second, if you're gonna do a roof over, at least make sure your pipe boots and pipe vents and things are replaced. If not replaced, you're gonna even cut that much of a corner to use them. Yeah, I know times are tough. Well, at least pop the bottom up and tuck a shingle under. So we'll show you and explain why, some of the basics behind that right now. So I got here. That's a pipe boot I'm getting ready to switch out. There was no tar or anything on that. When I was showing the pictures, told them, yeah, I could replace that. There's another one over there. I get here, I was like, boy, somebody smeared tar all over this. I also see this. I'm like, wow, holy cow. This vent has seen better days. It does look like it did have some hail, but man, that was not hail. That was just some carelessness of something. But what blows me away is the roofers up here was like, oh well. What's BDR say? Oh, pass me another drink. What's this fate? Banquet. Need a banquet. I mean, you're putting all the money in the shingles. You're saving the ice and water and the paper, synthetics. Well, now at that point here, they're trying to save this. I mean, you're talking, this is a good sized roof. Nice little bit of squarage here, nice home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vents. That's it, 6 vents on this whole house. About 15 bucks a vent, roughly what I pay for these. Why not replace them? But you decide to save it. The point of the video is what do you need to do to save your vents, provided they don't look like this one. You need to at least flat bar and take a shingle and tuck under. So let me show you. Wow, look at that. That's gonna blow away before it seals down. So your pipe, your box vent flange needs to come out on top of a shingle. I am not a fan of hiding it like this. Now I will say, there's been a few viewers on some of the videos that are hating on me about, oh, that's not right, you don't know anything, you don't know the way water runs. Well, if you pay attention to the videos and don't jump to conclusions and go down to the comments and you watch what I say in the rest of the video, you'll understand. If it comes out on a shingle, it's gonna shed water the right way. I do say, however, I am not a fan in some of these videos, I'll try to find it and I'll throw a card up here, of hiding them because it traps water. You don't know if it's come down far enough. What I mean by come down far enough, see this keyway right here where the shingles come together? You're gonna get water coming around this and diverting. It's gonna come down in the shingle and it's gonna come out. Well, this shingle here, the headlamp only goes up so far. If it doesn't go up far enough to get past this flange, you're gonna have an area where water is gonna penetrate and get in here. And then it's gonna go under and get into nails. It's just gonna start causing problems. This won't leak bad right away, but over time it will get under here. It's gonna rust out the nails. It's gonna eventually cause a little saggy dip. It's gonna eventually trickle its way on down and not necessarily come into the house right away. Tuck under far enough. Leave some of it exposed. Let's go look at the other ones. Nails on your roof. I just don't get it. I mean, there's nails over here, there's nails over here, there's nails all through the gutter. Brand new roof. What's it take? 10 minutes for a guy up here with a blower, blow it all down, or a broom and push it down and then go out there and run the magnet? Instead, they're gonna pull around, get a flat, maybe drive away, get an hour away, nowhereville, and they're gonna have a flat. Bad reputation on you roofers if you're out there. Back to the homeowners, you guys watching the video. So learning from this. Look at that one, that's creased and cut and broke over right there. We're gonna have to address some of these. That nail is blown too deep into the shingle. Another point, pro tip here. If you're doing a roof over, be aware where the shingles rest on the old layer. Not so bad on a smooth laying 3-tab, but if it's a dimensional or it's cupped and curled, you're gonna have a gap sometimes. If your nail's trying to pull that shingle down in that void, it's gonna blow through the mat, or it's gonna cause dips and kinks. It's not a good, pretty situation. But if you are tempted to do a roof over, where is the flange on this one? I don't see it, do you? No. So this shingle here is only gonna go up yay high. This is on top, this is on top. Look at the water coming out here. I see the top of the shingle and I also see the flange. So you get water eventually gonna intrude down in here as well. Okay, moving down to the next one. We got a face nail and a face nail. Water comes down around this. It's gonna come around the sides. You got a nail right here. You know what? This side here is actually just floating. It's a second piece riveted on. You're gonna have water coming down around this area and it's going under the shingles. It's now hitting the nail shank on these. Over time, it's gonna rust them. It's gonna have a little hole. It's gonna start getting in, soaking down your wood. Again, maybe not causing a big leak, maybe not even a leak you detect inside, but it's eventually gonna rot this out over time. Another one. Yeah, they tucked under it. At least they, you know, they're trying to, but they should have taken this shingle and tucked under one more. That's all I'm trying to get across here. If you're gonna do a roof over, successful tips of a roof over, whatever penetrations you have in flashing, reflash it, tuck under your penetration flashings, chimneys, reflash it. You can do a roof over, you can do it successful. Look up a few tips on what to do and why, the concept behind it. That's all I'm trying to get across here. Another big nail. In the pictures I was provided, there was a little nail hole here, face nail. There are ways of doing this and not having to face nail it. If you do face nail it, no big deal. You can spot it with a nice silicone GEOCEL brand or other similar. Not tar. I'm not a fan of tar. It's gonna dry out and crack over a couple years. But this is just a mess. I've seen kids do a better job at finger painting than this. This is horrible. Just a little spot's all it takes, not much. Another one, same thing. They did do a good job, however, at cracking the valley up out, having a trough. They roofed the correct side first, its low side under. Nails are pretty daggone close. Feels like there's a nail right here, but since they pulled it up, it's okay. What I was wanting to check is see if they actually cut the corners, because manufacturers across the board nowadays say you need to cut the corners. Let's try to check here. Well, based on where they started, there's a lump there. That's fine. That's a small piece, and they got a nail right up in there, it feels. I'll go to the other valley. I can show you a little bit better here what I'm talking about. Another box vents they just kept. I mean, it's only 6, that's all we're talking about. Here's the other pipe boot. I got a flat bar out. There was no tar there, again, like I said. Now I got a flat bar all those out and replace them. And these valleys here, kind of unique. Oh, so, 2 more nails. Let's talk about the prevailing winds right now. It's coming out of the southwest here. Hopefully you can hear on the GoPro. Maybe you can hear it now. So the wind's blowing this way. You want to keep in mind consideration on which way you run your hip and ridge. South and the west, southwest is the way the winds come here. This way, they're catching these corners for 20, 30, 40 years, however long this roof lasts. This should have been started down there and had the hip and ridge run this direction on this ridge. That one they have right. It's going from the north to the south. Now hips, you can only go up, so that's excluded. It's not a, oh God, my roof's gonna leak, but hey, it's those little things, the little detail. You wanna make sure it's lapped the other way so the winds don't blow and get into these. Let's go check out these valleys down here. This is kind of unique. You don't normally come across the valley like this kind of angle. But let's get in here. I can show you really good. So this section here catches quite a bit of water. It's gonna run down and it's gonna rush this valley. Well, you see that little top point right here? Water can catch these and trickle across. I've actually gone on some repairs and seen where, well, I've done roof valley repairs. When you flat bar it apart, you can see we're actually about 2 feet. Water catches those points and runs about 2 feet. Well, when it runs over anything and it gets into those areas those fasteners are, it starts rusting them out. They're steel, they're ferrous, they've got iron in them. The galvanization is a coating, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a metal guy, but I do know it's going to rust. I can show you pictures of it. And then you got holes, and then you got water going in. You want to watch, like the manufacturer state, if you got a corner on a close cut valley like this, you just simply take your knife, a hook knife, be careful not to cut anything except this shingle, and you're going to slice down at an angle, and it causes a point right here at an angle. So if water hits it, it's not going to go up the hill. It's going to follow the path of least resistance, which is down due to water surface tension, and work its way out. Let's check nail placement right through here. So what you're watching for is where their pattern is. Boom, bingo. This is just this doesn't matter if it's a roof over or a new roof. Tear off and reinstall. You don't want nails and keyways like this. Over time, again, water's gonna get in there. Let's check this one right here. There's another one. 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch out of the keyway. So you gotta watch those things. I'll spot those since I found them for them. Let's just randomly check some things. As an installer, you don't want to see keyways come together in a valley like this because you're gonna have to fasten that somewhere. Granted, they may not shoot it anywhere right here, maybe shop a high underlying side. Just not a good practice. Be aware of it. You need to offset that, cut it out, cut it around. There's another one right there. So to wrap up, again, I'm not hating. I'm not gonna name names. Even if I was told the company, I'm not gonna name them because I don't want to get sued for defamation, speculation, whatever. This is a simple how-to, learning some techniques, some tips, some tricks, maybe for you, the homeowner, to have a successful roof over, save your vents, save a little bit of money, but do it right. That's it. So if you got a bad comment, just think it, keep it a comment. It's me, it's not you. My invisible harness, yeah, you know who you guys are. It's my life, not yours. And if you do comment bad, thank you for the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate it. I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. I'm gonna smile about it. Thanks for the engagement. Anyway, until next time, be safe, happy new year, and see you on the next one.